Celta de Vigo to continue what has been really a good little run for them. They had a terrible start to the season. They played 16 games in all competitions and failed to win in their first 8. But since then they haven't lost, so they're 8 unbeaten in all competitions. And while in the league it took them to match day 10 to get their first victory, they have won the last 2. It is 4 in a row without defeat, with 8 points from those 4 games. So they are on the right trajectory at the moment, heading up the league table. And will provide a stern test, you would imagine, for Barcelona this evening. I know just how crucial it is for them to secure all 3 points. The players are out on the field of play currently. We'll take you through the 2 starting lineups in just a moment. Celta look to extend that impressive unbeaten run. Although it is arguably one of the toughest tests in the league. It's a Barcelona side who are packed with quality, and it is a strong lineup this evening. But starting with the home side, they have Radu in goal. The Romanian has a back 3 in front of him with Marcos Alonso, Staffelt and Fernandez. And then a midfield 4 of Carrera, Moriba, Sotelo and Mingueza, with Duran, Iglesias and Jutgla. The front 3. Iglesias will lead the line to cause the Barcelona backliner a little bit of trouble this evening. The Barcelona side that is made up of Szczesny in goal. The back 4 of Eric Garcia, Araujo, Kubasi and Balde. Midfield 3 of De Jong, Casado and Lopez, with Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski and Marcus Rashford, the front 3. There's some notable absentees from the Barcelona side in particular. No Gavi, no Pedri. And Rafinha is also out with a thigh injury. Ter Stegen obviously a long-term absentee as well. So there's some injury problems for Hansi Flick. There's still a very strong starting 11. There's some big names on that bench as well, the likes of Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo. 19-year-old Rooney Badji is also included. He has been making some appearances for Barcelona this season, albeit only a handful, mostly from the bench. He is somebody they could call upon. Try and change things if it isn't all going to plan. Kickoff is fast approaching, getting underway in just a few minutes' time. Players out on the field of play. Just going through the pre-match rituals ahead of kickoff. Big test this is for Celta de Vigo, who are, as things stand, on a great run of form. In fact, they've won the last 5 in all competitions, including a couple in the Europa League. They beat Dinamo Zagreb away from home in midweek, 3-0 win, comfortable victory there. A couple of league games, a Copa del Rey match as well. Last defeat actually came in La Liga back at the end of September against Elche. It was a 2-1 defeat. Since then they've been flying. 4 unbeaten in the league, 8 in all competitions, 6 wins from those 8 games as well. They'll be huge underdogs this evening against this potent Barcelona outfit. And Barcelona will be getting things underway in this first half. played all the way back to Pau Kubasi, who launches it forward for the visiting side. So they'll be looking to make that quick start. So often the difficulty in league matches in particular for Barcelona is just getting that opening goal, breaking the opposition down once they get themselves in front. It just makes things a little bit easier. They have a fair amount of early possession here. They have given the ball away, albeit only briefly, as it's won back. De Jong stretching to try and get onto a loose ball that is tied up by Celta, who have possession again on the edge of their own penalty area. Played forward now towards Iglesias, who looked like he was in an offside position. In fact, the flag has gone up. It will be a free kick to Barcelona. Free kick taken, and Barcelona can start again from the back. It's been lost by Balde and then won back by Marcus Rashford. Plays it forward to De Jong, who quickly tries to fire it out to the right hand side, looking for Lamine Yamal. Can't quite pick him out though. Barcelona win a throw in over on the right hand side. Celta will be full of confidence heading into this game. So they concede another free kick, so foul by Iglesias. Playing out to Marcus Rashford now on the left hand side. Edge of the penalty area, skips past his man. In fact, he's caught late here. It's a foul by Mingueza. A free kick right on the edge of the penalty area on the Barcelona left. It will be Marcus Rashford, I think, to take this free kick as well. Just outside the penalty area, near the corner. So Rashford looking to whip one in here, right-footed, and swinging towards goal. May even go for goal himself, hits it into the wall. It comes out to De Jong. Now with Lamine Yamal, sends it back into the penalty area. Falls for Lewandowski, who fires it towards goal. Took a touch on his chest and managed to get the effort on target. It was a comfortable save in the end for Radu. Just didn't quite get enough power on it, Robert Lewandowski, to really trouble the Celta goalkeeper. Celta now on the counter-attack, and they have exposed Barcelona's high line here, and this is a brilliant opportunity for the hosts to take the lead. Chipped over Szczesny and turned behind for a corner. Duran was in on goal. And now the flag does go up belatedly for offside. It did look as though Celta had beaten the offside trap that was set. It's a very, very tight call. It certainly would have been interesting had it gone to the video assistant referee. Balde with a brilliant clearance off the line anyway to deny Duran. So it doesn't really matter in the end, but it does mean that Celta don't get their corner because the flag was belatedly raised for offside as the action had been completed. Barcelona playing with that extremely high line that's so familiar now. Celta exposed that pretty well. Even if it was offside, it was only by a fraction. They did really well to get in behind that. Barcelona have a free kick, which has been taken quickly by Olmo. Gives it to De Jong. It's Olmo, De Jong and Lopez. Midfield three for Barcelona. Lopez here. It's now with Lamine Yamal, who gets away from a couple of players and tries to pick out Marcus Rashford with a long ball. Mingueza tidies up for Celta. It's back on the edge of the penalty area. Lamine Yamal applying the pressure. As Alonso gets it out wide. Carrera manages to win a throw-in. On the left-hand side for Celta Vigo, midway inside their own half. Carrera on the left and Mingueza on the right will provide the width, almost as wing-backs. This seems to be a fairly conventional 3-4-3 being played by Celta. Balde cuts infield and picks out a pass, finds Olmo, surrounded by three Celta players, gets the pass away to Araujo, and now it's with Eric Garcia and Lamine Yamal. Back to Garcia again, lovely ball forward to De Jong. He looks for Olmo, couldn't quite pick him out. It's come to Balde now, still in a good position here. Barcelona, Marcus Rashford gets the ball onto his right, then onto his left, back onto his right again, and lays off the short ball to De Jong. Back out wide to Balde on the left-hand side now. Infield to Olmo, chips it into the penalty area. Might fall for Fermin Lopez, who gets his shot away, takes a big deflection and flies over the bar. And it will be a corner to Barcelona, but good pressure there from the visiting side. Marcos Alonso was who closed down the effort from Fermin Lopez. Former Chelsea player, of course. Very experienced defender now. Marcos Alonso, 34 years old. Formerly off Barcelona, of course. He only left them at the end of the 23-24 season after barely featuring really in the league. He played 5 games. He went on to play 31 times for Celta Vigo. Last season in La Liga, scored 3 times for them as well. A couple of red cards. There is a check for a possible penalty here for handball. There's been a delay to the corner being taken. The shot that was blocked by Alonso did appear to come off the hand. And the referee is just holding up play here, and he's being sent to the screen to have a look, which suggests there's a pretty good chance here that the penalty might be awarded. So the shot came in from Fermin Lopez, and Marcos Alonso was sort of turning his body away, and his arm was by his side, but also slightly outstretched. It does catch it pretty cleanly. And the referee has awarded the penalty. A shake of the head from Marcos Alonso. And frustration for Celta Vigo and their fans. After quite a bright start, here's an opportunity for Robert Lewandowski from the penalty spot. Hasn't scored for Barcelona since the end of September. Missed a bit of time through injury, but he's back and he's going to take the penalty, and he scores. Goalkeeper got a little touch to it, but couldn't keep it out. And in the driving rain, it is Barcelona who take the lead. Just the start that they would have wanted. And frustration for Celta Vigo. It was Lopez with the effort that was blocked by Alonso on the edge of the penalty area. He doesn't make a great deal of movement towards the ball, in truth, but his arm is just a little outstretched. It's an unfortunate one, but a clear enough one in the eyes of the referee after he reviewed it. Barcelona lead by a goal to nil. Robert Lewandowski finding the back of the net in the league for the first time since the 2-1 win over Real Sociedad back in September. Fifth La Liga goal this season as the ball is played through the middle and Marcus Rashford is in one-on-one. Brilliant save by Radu. Might still be followed up here. Barcelona don't get the second chance in the end. It's scrambled away. The flag stayed down. So Marcus Rashford missing a glorious chance to make it 2-0. And now Celta looking to break at the other end. And have they beaten the high line again? The goalkeeper now is going to have to provide some resistance, but he can't stop it going in. And Carrera has equalised for Celta Vigo just moments after Barcelona took the lead. What a response from the hosts. It's 1-1. It may be reviewed in just a moment because there was possibly an offside in the build-up, but the flag didn't go up this time. And they've threatened before. And this time it looks like it's going to stand. And it all started from Marcus Rashford missing a one-on-one with Radu, who made a good save. And this time it looks like the high line was exposed, no offside, and Carrera running through on goal. It's not unusual for Barcelona to concede this type of goal. They play a high risk, high reward style. They've been caught out on the break a couple of times. Last time they were saved by the assistant's flag and a goal line clearance. This time they weren't. Celta come forward again and it's fired over the top. It'll be a goal kick, but they are flying now. Barcelona giving the ball away straight from kickoff, and Jutgla trying his luck from outside the penalty area, firing it over the top. Carrera's first goal of the season, though, has got them back on level terms. Just moments after it looked like Marcus Rashford was going to make it 2-0. A turning point in the game that could be. He will have to take some of the responsibility for missing a really good opportunity. The ball is cleared out of play. Celta will have a throw in on the right hand side. There's about a minute between the two goals here. Back with Barcelona again. Szczesny has it inside the penalty area. Celta have won it back on the halfway line. Coming forward once again, Szczesny has to come out and make another block to deny Iglesias. This time the flag was raised. And it is an offside decision. Celta continue to look dangerous. Barcelona continuing to look vulnerable. And they've tried to beat the offside once again, and they might have done it this time. Barcelona able to get back and clear. Once again, ball given away in midfield, and there's an audacious chip from Iglesias, an attempt that the backtracking Szczesny is able to get hold of. Now the ball is with Balde, driving forward. It's been an eventful few minutes here. It's Barcelona to try and reclaim the advantage. They were perhaps a little lucky with the penalty that was awarded. Also unfortunate to give it away. There's now a Dani Olmo, tries to slide the ball through into the penalty area for Lewandowski, but it gets away from him. It's easily gathered by Radu. Barcelona back in possession again. Kubasi has it inside the centre circle, gives it to Balde on the left-hand side, plays it in field to Fermin Lopez. It's back with Kubasi again on the edge of the centre circle. And De Jong gives it to Araujo. Barcelona patient in their approach this time. Balde has it. That's Rashford out to his left on the touchline. Rashford here. Good to go one-on-one against the defender. Opts to play it back to Kubasi. Knocking the ball from side to side. Getting closer and closer to the Celta penalty areas. Lamine Yamal delivers the cross. It's flicked away. Come to Rashford inside the box. Looks for Balde to go on the overlapping run, just overplayed it, the flag was up anyway. Balde and Rashford not quite on the same wavelength there. Rashford will be a little disappointed, you'd imagine, given the opportunity he had to make it 2-0. Moments later the ball was in the back of the net at the other end. Extraordinary, really. As Iglesias holds the ball up on the edge of the penalty area from a long clearance by the goalkeeper. Again made Barcelona look a little uncomfortable at the back. Starfelt gives it to Alonso. Now it's with Carrera, the goal scorer. Played forward to Duran on the halfway line. Gives it back to Moriba. Now out to the right for Mingueza. Chips it into the centre circle. It's taken down nicely by Jutgla. Gives it to Iglesias. Tries to get away from the challenge of Fermin Lopez, which he can't do. And now Olmo for Barcelona. Gives it to Garcia. Back to Olmo again on the edge of the centre circle. It's with Kubasi. Forward again to Olmo. De Jong now in possession in the centre circle. Just assessing his options and gets it out to the right hand side. For Garcia and now Lamine Yamal. It's been a little quiet in the opening 20 minutes here. Alex Araujo. And Lamine Yamal looking for the little flick, manages to win his side of throw-in. Kubasi. That's Dani Olmo. Rashford. Rashford again, cutting inside. Looked to get his pass away to Lewandowski, just couldn't quite pick out the Polish striker. it's with De Jong. Lamine Yamal slides it into Lopez on the edge of the penalty area. Back out wide to Garcia. De Jong again. And Kubasi. A lot of possession here for Barcelona as they work it out to the left-hand side, and Balde gives it to Rashford. Little 1-2 between them. And now it's with Olmo. Back again to Araujo. And De Jong. Out to Lamine Yamal on the right-hand side. Looks to beat his man and get himself into the penalty area. Just falls over as he was trying to lay the ball off for a teammate. Celta doing just enough to get the ball away to safety, and it's hacked forward by Carrera up towards the halfway line. A little lucky there, Celta, that Lamine Yamal just lost his balance a little inside the penalty area. Olmo has it now. It's with Balde, Kubasi, Araujo, De Jong gives it to Eric Garcia. Yamal still going, just can't get past Moriba there. The ball has gone behind. It will just be a goal kick though. Final touch of a Barcelona player. It's just settling down a little after those 2 goals in the space of a minute or so. Ball now out for a throw-in on the halfway line on the left-hand side, taken quickly by Carrera. Mingueza now, playing the ball forward, and just can't quite control this pass. It's bounced out of play for a Barcelona throw, which has been taken by Balde. Quickly to Kubasi. Kubasi again. Gives it to Balde. Celta pressing high up the pitch here, trying to put Barcelona under pressure. So Lewandowski tries to win his side a throw, but he got the final touch before it went out, according to the assistant. And now Barcelona do get a throw in as Celta failed to hold on to the ball. It's with Balde once again. To Araujo, to the penalty area, just edging further forward, looking for Dani Olmo, who holds on to it just inside the Barcelona half, and plays it out wide to Garcia on the right. Now it's with Lamine Yamal. And back with Olmo again, to Balde. Olmo once more. Possession now for Barcelona. They are very much in control at the moment. Things have settled down since Celta's equalising goal. Will fall kindly in the penalty area for Lopez. His effort is blocked, and then Rashford hits the post. It comes to Lewandowski, and it's charged down by Radu. Well, there was almost 3 chances in one there as Lamine Yamal tries to wrestle back possession on the edge of the penalty area, and he has done, and he gets the shot away, and it's calmly gathered by the goalkeeper, who then boots the ball out of play, because I think he needs some attention here. What a moment this was, as Marcos Alonso gave the ball away. Lamine Yamal was able to pick out Lewandowski, gave it to Fermin Lopez. His effort was blocked brilliantly. Then Rashford had an effort which hit the inside of the post. He was inches away from finding the back of the net. And then Lewandowski with the third attempt, which was saved at close range by Radu, taking one full in the midriff, which is why he then put the ball out of play. He's left a little winded by it. Extraordinary passage of play there, which came out of nowhere. It's Marcos Alonso just giving the ball away to Lamine Yamal and very nearly paid the price. Celta lucky to get away with that as they now try and break down the left-hand side, and plenty of Barcelona players back this time. This is played in field to Sotelo. He gives it back to Starfelt. Now with Mingueza. Fernandez. To Marcos Alonso again. Barcelona applying the pressure and forcing Celta back into their own half. Carrera fires it forward. Iglesias not able to win the aerial duel, but he does hold on to it now on the edge of the centre circle, and Araujo is just pulling him back. It will be a free kick to the hosts. Very fortunate to still be level after that 3-1 opportunity a few moments ago. Ball is played forward here. Out to the left-hand side for Celta. Got a lot of space to work with. A crossfield ball aimed at Mingueza, just intercepted by Balde. Had he not got there, he might have been in trouble. Rashford then wins it and finds Balde himself, and now Olmo picks it up on the edge of the centre circle and plays it to Fermin Lopez. Now it's to Lamine Yamal. Barcelona moving through the gears quickly as it is out to Frankie de Jong in a central position. Now with Balde on the left, looks to send the cross in. It's headed clear. And now the ball up for grabs as both sets of players failed to hold on to it, but Lamine Yamal has picked a nice pass there, and it's a really good challenge by Starfelt to prevent Lopez from getting an opportunity, but then he gives the ball away, and it's still inside the Celta penalty area. Mingueza has it, and clears with Rashford closing him down, and the clearance has actually turned into a great ball forward for Jutgla, who has it on the edge of the penalty area. He's a little isolated now with several Barcelona players making their way back. Just had to hold it up in the end and play it to Mariba, and now Sotelo gets it out to the left-hand side, and still Celta threatening now with a cross coming in from the left. Araujo will clear comfortably. It's going to go out of play for a throw-in. Pretty frantic stuff at times in this first half. Celta look to extend their unbeaten run. Certainly not afraid to have a go at Barcelona when they get the opportunity. So Garcia makes a sliding challenge on the goalscorer Carrera to put the ball out of play for a throw-in. Eric Garcia is wearing a face mask. Throw-in taken to the edge of the penalty area. It's picked up by Iglesias. Now it's played to Mingueza. Looks to slide the ball through the middle. Iglesias couldn't get it under control. I think he might have been offside anyway. Didn't matter in the end. Referee allows play to carry on. As de Jong picks it up inside the centre circle and plays it out wide to Lamine Yamal. It's been very quiet in the opening 29 minutes here. Now with de Jong, gives it to Rashford. De Jong once again. Back to Balde. Rashford. Balde leaves it for de Jong once more. Now it's with Araujo. Gives it to Eric Garcia. Barcelona still dominating the possession. Garcia plays it forward. Layoff to de Jong, who decided to go for goal from a long way out. It was easily blocked in the end. Celta clear their lines, but only as far as Eric Garcia midway inside the Celta half. It's played back to Araujo now. Kubasi. Barcelona forced to go a little further back, but Balde picks it up and plays it forward for Frankie de Jong. Out to the right-hand side. Half an hour played in this first half. Lamine Yamal picking the ball up. Still waiting for him to produce that little moment of magic, perhaps, to put Barcelona back in control of this game. Here is Yamal. Now Araujo. So they have everybody back in their final third behind the ball. Barcelona looking for a way to break them down. Yamal has it, plays a little pass inside to Eric Garcia, who's still going, and eventually his attempted cross is blocked. It goes behind for a corner. It's an attempt to drive into the penalty area, but Yamal wasn't able to get too far in the end. He's come out, and Olmo gets the pass away to Fermin Lopez inside the penalty area, who blazes it over the top, hit it first time on the volley, trying to swivel and fire it into the top corner. It's a nice little clip ball into the box by Olmo. Fermin Lopez looking to hit it first time, just caught it with the outside of his boot, sliced it wide. Not quite the contact he was looking for. Played all the way back to Szczesny now. Has been given for offside. Played into the corner. And flag is up for offside again. Celta trying to play right on the edge of this Barcelona high line. A few times it has really paid off for them. Set to win it back once more. They'll be pretty pleased, you would imagine, with the opening 33 minutes of this game. Disappointed to have conceded the penalty. They've had a couple of uncomfortable moments at the back, but the response was really impressive. And if they can extend their unbeaten run, be pretty happy, and again they are looking to expose that high line. Szczesny's had to come out a long way to head the ball to safety. It's fired forward by Alonso. Looking to get in behind Barcelona once again down the left hand side, which has been fairly fruitful for them. Carrera and Duran making good runs in behind. Played out to the left-hand side now for Celta, fired forward by Carrera, the goal scorer. Picked up by Duran. Gets it out wide to Mingueza. Looks to play the ball through the middle, and Mariba was making a run. It was really well intercepted, that pass, and had it made its way through, Barcelona could have been in trouble. It's a very high line, as I've mentioned many times, but it's a high line full of extreme quality, and they do read the play and read the dangers so often. So while there is plenty of space to get in behind, actually getting in behind is not quite so easy. Yamal has it again here. Comes to Dani Olmo on the edge of the penalty area. Out wide to Kubasi. Iglesias applying the pressure as Celta try and force their way out of their final third, but Barcelona enjoying a lot of the ball here. Olmo has it again, now it's with Araujo. De Jong, now to Lamine Yamal on the right hand side, has Eric Garcia on the overlap, goes back to Araujo instead, now with Kubasi. Balde, look for Rashford. Rashford plays it forward again to Balde. It's a good challenge by Migueza, who wins it back for Celta. Now Iglesias with a little layoff, and now the ball through the middle, which is well covered by Garcia. Managed to get there just ahead of Duran. Again, it was nicely worked by Celta. Great work by Eric Garcia to read the danger, get back and make the covering challenge. De Jong has it now. Picks it up again from Kubasi. Plays it out wide to Lamine Yamal. He's starting gradually to get more involved in the game. Finds Garcia. Now it's with De Jong. Now Kubasi midway inside the Celta half. Balde. For Rashford now on the left. Rashford approaching the penalty area, onto his right foot, swings it in beautifully, and it's Lewandowski who knocks it through the legs of the goalkeeper for his second goal, set up by Marcus Rashford, and Barcelona lead by 2-1. It's well worked, and it's all about the quality of the delivery and the quality of the run and finish by Lewandowski. That's what Rashford's in the team to do, and that is what Lewandowski is in the team to do. His second goal of the night. And Barcelona back in front for a second time. It was patient build-up play, and then all of a sudden it was about the quality of the ball from Rashford and the timing of Lewandowski's run. Both were absolute perfection. Great delivery from Rashford, and Lewandowski side-footing the ball into the ground through the legs of Radu to put the visiting side back in front. It's a great goal. And the quality undeniable from Barcelona there. As Lewandowski takes his goal tally in La Liga for the season to 6, making up for lost time after that little spell out on the sidelines. Barcelona on the move again. It's Balde this time looking for Lewandowski. His cross is a little overhit, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Celta. Well, Marcus Rashford had a little bit of a frustrating first half, missing that one-on-one that ultimately led to the equalising goal at the other end just moments later. It was from the breakaway as a result of him missing that chance that Carrera was able to grab the equaliser, and then he hit the post as well. Has now provided the assist for Robert Lewandowski take his goal tally in the Liga this season at 2-6. 2 tonight, of course. Celta, who would have been pretty happy with the way things were going. Disappointed now to be heading into the final 5 minutes of the first half trailing. Marcus Rashford, keeping up his recent excellent record. He's scored 3 and assisted twice in his last 5 games in all competitions. And so far in the league for Barcelona, he has featured in all 12 games. Got 2 goals and 6 assists in those 12 matches. Certainly making a contribution. It's Lamine Yamal has the ball at his feet on the right hand side. Couldn't quite make it past the sudden cluster of Celta Vigo defenders that were in his way. He's back with Rashford again on the left hand side, now with De Jong. Kubasi looking to find Olmo on the edge of the penalty area, wasn't able to do so. The ball's been given away by Celta, although it was a late challenge which has led to a yellow card. A free kick as well. Kubasi, I think, who's picked up the booking. It's his challenge. Celta now on the attack down the right hand side. He's come to the edge of the penalty area and fired into the roof of the net by Iglesias, and out of nowhere it's 2-2. What a response again from Celta Vigo. And it's Iglesias with a stunning strike. Barcelona look shell-shocked as the 32-year-old blasts the ball into the back of the net beyond Szczesny. Just when it looked like Barcelona was starting to take charge in this game, it's all started to unravel again. Again, it was a quick ball forward down the right-hand side. The pullback from Jutgla was excellent. Right to the edge of the box. And Iglesias just firing it first time, top corner, no chance at all for Szczesny. It's a brilliant goal. And it's a fabulous first half that's developed here. 5th goal of the season for Borja Iglesias. He won't get many better than that this season either. Fabulous finish. As Barcelona look to respond, the ball comes to the edge of the penalty area, fired towards goal by Olmo and gathered by Radu. What a first half this has turned into. 4 goals, twice Barca have led, twice the response has come from the hosts. It's played out to the left-hand side for Rashford, looking for the 1-2 with Balde. He's going to keep the ball in play here. Yamal looking to take on a couple of Celta players, and he can't find a way past this time. Great defensive work from Duran, who fires the ball downfield. Iglesias is chasing after it, but he's never going to beat Araujo to the ball this time. Szczesny then playing the ball out to Balde. Into the final few seconds of normal time in this first half. There'll be a little bit added on for the goals and a couple of little delays, although it's been pretty free-flowing in this first half. This ball comes out to Balde. Now it's with Rashford. Lovely ball back into Balde, who tried to get the cross away. It was closed down by Mingueza, and it is going to be a corner. 6 minutes of stoppage time. And I think a large majority of that was the penalty review. Alonso's handball. It took a little while to be examined and confirmed. Short corner from Barcelona doesn't really come off as Rashford's delivery is headed away. Barcelona feeling hard done by here with the scoreline, but the warnings have been there about being caught out. Gives it to De Jong. Out wide to Balde, who gives it to Rashford again on the touchline. Rashford going to drive towards the penalty area and does well to beat Mingueza and fires the ball into the near post. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper though. It's pretty comfortable in the end for Radu. And it remains 2-2. Balde and Rashford linking up again on the left-hand side. Celta play out from the back, looking to beat the press once again if they can. It's with Iglesias, who manages to hold off the challenge. And there's a foul on Moriba. And a free kick to Celta. Moriba not happy with the tackle by Robert Lewandowski. And the referee taking no further action. Ball now with Balde. Kubasi gives it to Araujo. Olmo once more to Balde. Just over 2.5 minutes of stoppage time, so still a little way to go here in this first half, and there might be some more significant moments before the interval here. As Olmo finds De Jong, now it's with Balde again, and back to Rashford. Rashford driving into the penalty area, cuts it back, and it falls to Lamine Yamal, who tucks it away for 3-2, and Barcelona lead again. What a first half this has been. Lamine Yamal, who's been pretty quiet in this first half, now has a goal. And for the third time in this game, it's Barcelona who lead. Once again, Rashford involved here. His ball into the penalty area took a touch off the defender, who diverted the ball into the path of Lamine Yamal. It was Moriba who got a toe to the ball, but it just allowed Lamine Yamal. The Barcelona lead again. Fourth goal of the season for Lamine Yamal. In the 4th minute of stoppage time in this first half, and Celta are going to have to do this the hard way once again. An incredible 45 minutes we've had here. Alonso. Forward it goes again for Jutgla. Holding the ball up. Looking for some support here. Does get it eventually. The ball is loose. It's going to be picked up. Play down by the corner flag. Plays it back to Fernandez. He goes all the way back again to Starfelt. Now it's played out to the left-hand side with Carrera. Alonso. And to Carrera once again. Can they find a way through here, Celta, on the stroke of half-time? It'll be a pretty extraordinary response to equalise for a third time in the game. Played out wide to the left once more. Lamine Yamal trying to make a tackle unsuccessfully, and Celta are in here. It's a cross that is fired into the near post and gathered by Szczesny. Well worked by Celta. Just needed a little more composure in the final third, but they are in again here. There's a challenge on Iglesias inside the box that the referee says is a fair one. As they come forward again. It's blocked by Balde inside the penalty area as Mingueza tries to fire the ball into the box. Picked up again here by Fernandez. Rashford is back doing the defensive work here and does really well to give the ball to Balde. And then attempts to get the ball away. It's out for a throw into Celta, who take it quickly. Their no time is against them now. They've had 6.5 minutes of stoppage time. Moriba tries to slide the ball through, but it doesn't reach Carrera. It goes out of play. I think that will be it for the first half here. There is just the possibility, though, of a penalty review. Araujo, who went across to block the shot of Iglesias. Yes, and I think that has been checked and cleared now. No penalty, and after a dramatic opening 45 minutes, the half-time whistle does go. And Barcelona led 3 times in that first half, and they lead at the interval as well. A very entertaining 45 minutes. And Celta Vigo 2, Barcelona 3 at half-time. As the first 5 goals, 3 times Barcelona took the lead, which they eventually took into the break. 2 for Robert Lewandowski and 1 for Lamine Yamal, with Carrera and Iglesias scoring for the hosts, who get us underway here at the start of the second half. Ball is over on the left-hand side, and a long ball forward aimed at Iglesias, but cut out by De Jong. And now fired towards Lewandowski, who's in a foot race with the defender. Celta able to scramble the ball away to safety, just failing to keep that ball in play. Change at half-time. For Celta. We'll start the second half with Radu in goal. Fernandes, Starfelt and Marcos Alonso still the back 3. And it's Javi Rodriguez who comes in for Mingueza, who joins that midfield 4 alongside Sotelo, Moriba and Carrera, with Jutgla, Iglesias and Duran making up the front 3 for Barcelona. It is as you were, with Szczesny in goal. And back 4 of Garcia, Araujo, Kubasi and Balde. Kubasi incidentally the only player to be booked in that first half. Midfield 3 of De Jong, Olmo and Lopez, with Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski and Marcus Rashford making up the front 3. Rashford heavily involved in that first half. He did provide the assist for Lewandowski's second, and was involved in Lamine Yamal's goal as well. Don't think he'll get credited with the assist because his cross was diverted into the path of Lamine Yamal by Moriba. So I think that will only go down as 1 assist for Marcus Rashford, who did miss a couple of good chances as well. He hit the post and also missed a one-on-one, which resulted in Celta de Vigo breaking up to the other end and scoring. So that was a really big moment. He's made amends since then by setting up the second goal, and with his overall play in the first half as well. Pretty good 45 minutes from Marcus Rashford, who's now got 6 assists and 2 goals in La Liga since his loan move from Manchester United. Solid contribution for a player who's not always starting either, but he's very much a player in favour at the moment. We'll be hoping he can be involved heavily in the second half as well, as Lamine Yamal carries the ball forward for Barcelona here. Strong challenge by Moriba to get the ball away from him. He did really well there, Moriba, who's laid the ball off once more, but it's been given away by Celta, and Marcus Rashford has it, lays it off for Fermin Lopez, skips past one challenge and then gives it to Lamine Yamal. Rashford and Lewandowski waiting in the middle. And Barcelona adopt the patient approach here as De Jong gives it to Olmo again. And now it's with Balde out on the left-hand side. Back to De Jong once more. And Araujo. Garcia and Lamine Yamal, and Garcia again, moving the ball from side to side here. Barcelona enjoying a lot of possession. Started the second half very much in control of things, but we've seen how they can get exposed a couple of times already, and while it's only a 1-goal lead, it'll feel a little vulnerable. Drew 3-3 of course in the Champions League against Club Brugge in midweek. Could have lost that game late on as well. But here is Marcus Rashford. And floated across by De Jong to Lamine Yamal. His first touch is exquisite. He lays it off for Garcia. Now it's with Fermin Lopez, looking for the return pass from Dani Olmo. It's loose inside the penalty area, and Javi Rodriguez clears it away for a throw-in. Barcelona very much enjoying the lion's share of possession so far in the second half, almost 5 minutes played. And Celta de Vigo barely had a touch of the ball since play restarted. Rashford has it now. To Kubasi, now Olmo out to the right hand side for Garcia, gives it to Lamine Yamal once more. Barcelona camped inside the Celta Vigo half at the moment, and that has been the case throughout the second half so far. Then there's a foul by Lamine Yamal, and it will be a free kick to Celta Vigo. Celta trying to make something happen now down the left-hand side. They've got to settle for a throw-in just inside the Barcelona half. Alonso has picked it up. Waiting for space to open up in the end. It is played all the way backwards and fired forward again towards Iglesias, who this time was in an offside position. Huge game for Barcelona because Real Madrid dropped points for only the second time this season. And a goalless draw against Rayo Vallecano. Frustrating for them to lose a little bit of momentum. They've been on a tremendous run up until their midweek defeat to Liverpool. They've actually won 6 games in a row since that 5-2 hammering at the hands of Atletico Madrid in the derby. Responded brilliantly to that, as I say. 6 wins in a row in all competitions, including beating Barcelona, of course, just a couple of weeks ago. Wins over Juventus in that period of time, as well as Villarreal and Valencia and Getafe. Score today, and it does mean that Barcelona can close that gap at the top of the table to 3 points. That is where we're heading at the moment. The score at 3-2. Celta struggling to get any kind of meaningful possession at the moment in the second half. Barcelona looking pretty comfortable. With Garcia now, Lamine Yamal looking to skip past his man, and ends up losing out, and there's a foul by Eric Garcia on Duran, which gives Celta the chance to at least get hold of the ball for a while, something they've struggled to do in the opening 9 minutes of this second half. Carrera trying to fire the ball forward. It's blocked by Garcia and goes out for another throw-in. Back with Marcos Alonso. He's had a difficult game so far. Away a couple of times, and it was his handball obviously that led to the opening goal. And now there's space opening up on the right hand side though, with Barcelona caught out again. Played out wide by Sotelo. They've just lost a little bit of momentum here though, Celta Vigo. They weren't able to make the most of the space in behind that time. Jutgler it was. He received the ball out on the right-hand side, just didn't really have any options. Alonso now, against his former club. Giving the ball to Fernandez. Starfelt trying to move the ball a little quicker now, Celta, as Carrera carries it forward and then chips the ball out to the right-hand side. And it's taken by Fernandez, who just played a slightly too heavy pass. And Jutgler chasing after it, not able to get on the end of it. Ferran Jutgler, who provided the assist for the stunning second equaliser for Celta Vigo, scored by Borja Iglesias. Celta finished 7th last season under the guidance of their young manager Claudio Giraldez. Has been in charge since March of 2024, taking over of course from Rafa Benitez, still only 37 years old. Giraldez, that is, not Benitez of course. He's coaching the B team and has made an impressive transition. And struggled at the start of this season, but they are currently, as I mentioned already, on a long unbeaten run. 8 games without defeat in all competitions, 2 wins and 2 draws in their last 4 league games. After failing to win the last 9 matches in La Liga, the first 9 matches in La Liga this season, I should say, they have won the last 2. Is that short run going to come to an end here? It seems that way at the moment, although they are pushing forward once more now down the left-hand side of Duran. It's played back to Alonso. Into the centre circle now with Fernandez, who looks for Javi Rodriguez. Alonso now on the halfway line, left-footed cross-field ball, and just bounces away from Fernandez this time and gets out for a throw-in. It's going to be a change for the hosts, and Iglesias. It's going to be Jutgler, in fact, who comes off. Ferran Jutgler making way rather for Brian Zaragoza, a player on loan from Bayern Munich, 24-year-old, and a loan spell with Osasuna last year. And has made the move to Celta again on loan this season. Spanish international. Initially had a loan spell with Bayern Munich in 2024, and then sent him out on loan for last season, and again this year. Not really able to make that breakthrough into the Bayern team just yet, as Rashford is put under pressure in a defensive position and wins his side a free kick. Barcelona been able to control proceedings pretty comfortably in this second half. Hansi Flick at the moment opting not to make any changes. Back to Radu in the Celta goal. Gives it to Alonso, clears it long. De Jong intercepts the long ball ahead of Iglesias. Now it's with Garcia on the right hand side. Gets it back from Fermin Lopez. Now Araujo. Gives it to Kubasi on the edge of the centre circle, inside the Celta half. Back with De Jong, and now Araujo again. Midway inside the Celta Vigo half at the moment, Barcelona, which is where a lot of the play has been taking place since the restart. Barcelona trying a couple of quick passes to find a way through the back line as Olmo manages to dispossess the defender and has it on the edge of the box, looking for a bit of space maybe to get the shot away. Wasn't able to do that or pick a pass in the end as Iglesias is dispossessed by Araujo, and now it's Lamine Yamal looking for a way through, gives it to Marcus Rashford, who tries to set up Lewandowski, and the ball just doesn't quite fall for Barcelona here, and the referee stops play with a Celta player down inside the box. Just didn't quite run there for Barcelona. Fernandes is down at the moment for Celta Vigo after coming together with Lewandowski. Lewandowski maybe just catching the heel of his opponent. Looks to be in a bit of discomfort, Fernandes, at the moment. Just past the hour mark in this game. Barcelona have got themselves into a pretty good position here. We're hopeful of going on to see this through. It would be a really important victory. Disappointing draw in the Champions League in midweek, of course. The Club Brugge 3-3 won their last league game against Elche last weekend, but prior to that, of course, the week before, they were beaten by Real Madrid in the Clásico. Mbappe and Bellingham scoring the goal for him, and Lopez did score in that game as well. And form has been a little up and down of late. Go back to the start of October, they came into that month in a tremendous run of form. They were undefeated since the start of the season. Dropped just 2 points in the league. Absolutely flying. They'd beaten Newcastle in the Champions League as well, but since the start of October they began with a couple of defeats to Paris Saint-Germain and Sevilla, and picked up a couple of wins before that defeat in the Clásico, and then that draw with Club Brugge in midweek as well, dropping points in the Champions League. Up 7 points from their 4 Champions League games, which is a solid enough start, but it's kept them out of the top 8 at the moment. Only 3 teams have maximum points in the Champions League: Bayern, Arsenal and Inter. City just below them on 10, and then PSG, Newcastle, Real Madrid, Liverpool and Galatasaray all have 9. A couple of points clear of Barcelona at the midway stage of the league phase. I would expect Barcelona to be able to, at the very least, make that top 24. And they'll be hopeful of doing more than that, of course. They have a tough game next up, away at Chelsea on the 25th of November. As the ball is fired across to the left-hand side for Celta. Lamine Yamal was back doing some defensive work. The ball now at the feet of De Jong, who gives it to Olmo, moves it quickly out to the left-hand side for Marcus Rashford to drive forward. Rashford running at the Celta defence, but Fernandes defending it well. He plays it forward now. still in this game, there's no doubt about that. Just haven't really threatened much so far in the second half. We're nearly 20 minutes into it. Barca's next league game is in 13 days' time against Athletic Club. With the hosts on that occasion, that's to be followed by that Champions League game at Stamford Bridge, which, given Barca's current points total in that competition, has become a pretty big game. Play Frankfurt at home in a, certainly on paper, more favourable looking fixture in the sixth of the league games. That's the last one this calendar year, of course. They'll play twice more at the start of next year as Lamine Yamal comes forward and fires the ball straight into a Celta defender. Incidentally, those two Champions League games after the break for Barcelona are Slavia Prague away and Copenhagen at home, so they've got some favourable fixtures on paper at least to close out the Champions League campaign. So look at it in the grand scheme of things, even if they were to get a point against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, it put them in a pretty strong position as Barcelona are on the move once again, looking to work a bit of space on the edge of the penalty area. Lewandowski linking up there with Fermin Lopez. Now it's with Lamine Yamal and clipped into the box once more. Lewandowski looking to turn and shoot. It takes a deflection. It's behind for a corner. Approaching the midway point in this second half. Lewandowski has his eyes on a hat-trick. More activity on the Celta bench. We'll be seeing a couple more changes as the corner comes in from Rashford. It's headed back towards goal by Olmo and then harmlessly out of play for a goal kick. I'll take a little touch off one of the Celta defenders, in fact. Looks like it will be a corner. Once again, it's Marcus Rashford going across to take it from the right-hand side this time. I'll look for the short corner with Lamine Yamal, opts against it in the end, and Rashford to deliver, bounces past everybody to the edge of the box, and then Olmo trying an effort which is blocked and charged down by Sotelo. Now Lamine Yamal has it. Played forward to Rashford. Lamine Yamal again. Garcia. Forward to Lamine Yamal. Wins a throw in. It's now with Araujo. Fighting the pressure from Iglesias and then plays the ball back to Szczesny. Fires the long ball forward and bounces with Lewandowski trying to put pressure on the defender. Comes to Balde, now with De Jong. Fermin Lopez gives it to Marcus Rashford. It's Balde in support. Goes back to Lopez instead. Now it's with De Jong once more. This has been the story of the second half, really much more controlled from Barcelona. It's been a less frantic second period so far compared to the first half, which just saw Barcelona get exposed on multiple occasions. felt as though they've been able to control things a little more. There's another change is made here by Celta, and it's one of the goal scorers, Iglesias, who comes off, and Iago Aspas coming on, club captain. Experienced player now, 38 years old. And he's been with Celta for much of his career. Started in the B team 19 years ago. He's effectively been with the club for the best part of 30 years, with the exception of a couple of years when he was at Liverpool. The loan spell of Sevilla in the middle of that. The vast majority of his league games have been representing Celta. He's currently 10 years into his second spell with the club. So Lamine Yamal comes forward and looking for the 1-2 with Olmo. It's being scrambled away by Barcelona. Marcos Alonso doing just enough. And now it's with Eric Garcia. Ball played forward towards Olmo again inside the penalty area, being forced out wide, and he finds Lamine Yamal. Back to De Jong. He's being forced back a little here. Looks for Lamine Yamal once again, who is fouled by Carrera. It will be a free kick to the visiting side. Less than 20 minutes to go. Still 3-2. Ball is with Olmo, and now Garcia. Barcelona controlled the second half really well. But things in that first half performance that wouldn't have pleased Hansi Flick too much. They're much happier, I'm sure, with the way they've controlled the game in this second half, even though they haven't really created that many chances. But crucially, they've controlled possession. They've really stopped Celta from being a threat. It's Rashford now looking to open up and get the shot away from the edge of the penalty area. He's managed to win the corner. It's been a little quieter in the second half. You could probably say that about all the attacking players for Barcelona. They've had a lot of the ball, not been able to do too much with it. But never really looked in trouble either. Rashford is going across to take what will be the fifth corner of the game for Barcelona. There's Rashford to deliver, and it's ended up in the back of the net. Lewandowski is celebrating as Barca take a 2-goal lead. It may have got a final touch off the defender. Lewandowski is certainly claiming it. And this is a simple set-piece routine that has led to Barcelona extending their advantage and surely sealing the win. And it is Lewandowski gets the final touch. It's a fabulous header from the edge of the 6-yard box, stretching and diverting the ball into the far corner. It's a brilliantly headed third goal of the night for him. The hat-trick completed, and Marcus Rashford gets himself a second assist. It's the same combination as we had for goal number 2. And Lewandowski with his 7th league goal of the season. 3 of them have come in this evening's game. As the ball is won back by Lamine Yamal, and there could be an again here, Barcelona. It's a great block on the edge of the penalty area. Celta try and break away. And they do win a free kick just inside their own half. Iago Aspas was fouled. Challenged by Frankie de Jong. Dani Olmo had the opportunity at the other end, which was well blocked in the end by Carrera, who then collided with Olmo. Fairly heavy collision between the two. It's actually Starfelt, I beg your pardon, who made that important block on the edge of the penalty area. What a night for Robert Lewandowski. A little bit in and out of the team with injuries this season, but he's now taken his league total up to 7. Such a good header from the corner. It's a near post corner from Rashford. Lewandowski rising high, and the stretch that he managed to execute to get a forehead on the ball and divert it across goal into the far corner was really quite superb. It was a brilliant header. He stretched so far to get it that it really did look like the defender had got the final touch. And now Barcelona looking to catch Celta on the counter. It was given away by Alonso again, and the ball played in towards Lewandowski. There's a little bit of a mix-up at the back. Radu eventually does claim it. And Lewandowski sensing more opportunities here. It's his 9th league game of the season. He's now got 7 goals, 27 in 34 last season. It's his 4th season now with Barcelona, remarkably. Turned 37 in August. Still finding the back of the net on a regular basis. His 3 previous seasons with Barcelona, 23, 19 and 27 league goals. Taking his total La Liga goals now to 76. Which is a remarkable feat, really. He's missed a few games this season, continuing to score at a really impressive rate. ...112 games in La Liga to score those 76 goals. Pretty impressive as Sotelo makes way for El Abdellaoui. Celta, no surprise really that they're making changes. Roman also on as well for Fernandes. So 5 changes have been made now by Celta. Barcelona haven't tampered with their 11 at all. Frankie de Jong has just picked up a yellow card. Second player to go into the book, along with Pau Kubasi. Hansi Flick will be pretty pleased with a lot of what he's seen here. There were aspects of that first half performance that wouldn't have pleased him, the goals that were conceded, how dangerous Celta were able to look at times. That's just not been the case in the second half. It's been all Barcelona. So Brian Zaragoza picks up a loose ball here for Celta, and he's got Marcos Alonso overlapping in support, but he goes infield instead. It might fall for Iago Aspas, and in the end it goes out of play for a throw in to Celta, left by Alonso for Carrera to take. There is Alonso. Brian Zaragoza again trying to deliver the cross. It comes out to Carrera after being headed clear by Araujo. Now it's played out to the right hand side. Javi Rodriguez looking to deliver the cross. It's a little deep, but it's come to Brian Zaragoza once again. into the penalty area here, then tries to lay it off, not able to do that, but he might win a corner here. He does, in fact. Celta have a set-piece opportunity. Corner which is taken short. Zaragoza again looking for the delivery into the penalty area. It's headed clear on the edge of the 6-yard box. Lamine Yamal trying to break away, and he's fouled. It'll be a free kick to Barcelona with 10 minutes to go. It does feel as though they have this victory secure now. Barcelona. I think will be absolutely delighted in particular about being able to make this second half pretty much drama free from their perspective. It took them a while to get that goal to give them a 2-goal lead. A lot of pleasing aspects in the performance. Lewandowski knocking in the goals, certainly a real positive. Rashford getting a couple of assists as well will be very pleasing for Hansi Flick. 7 assists now and 2 goals in 12 appearances for Marcus Rashford in La Liga. 9 goal involvements in 12 games. Pretty good going. Certainly seems to have settled into life at Barcelona pretty well. Corner is sent into the penalty area, but dealt with again by Barcelona. Have defended so much better in the second half. Maybe to do with a little bit of a slowing down, a bit of a tiring from their opposition. Forward by Moriba, just a little bit too much on it in the end, and goes out of play for a goal kick. Barcelona will take their time. Just the 1 goal in this second half. It really was a fabulous header from Robert Lewandowski as well. 37 years old, still banging the goals in. It's a good delivery from Rashford, but really it was all about the quality of that header from Lewandowski, and he will be tough to replace. And when you consider he joined Barcelona just a little over 3 years ago now. It's around about his 34th birthday that he joined the club from Bayern Munich, having scored so many goals for them. Been such a key part of their success over the last few years. Celta trying to find a way forward here. Nothing for them in the end. Incidentally, Lewandowski's contract is up at the end of this season. You'd imagine he'll be certainly asking the question as to whether he can be extended for another season at least. He will turn 38 in August, around about the start of next season. I don't think anybody would have predicted him having 5 years at Barcelona after leaving Bayern Munich, but that is looking like a real possibility. You do wonder as well where Bayern will go, or where Barca will go rather, in their search for a replacement for him. Incredible record at Bayern Munich, as I mentioned, Lewandowski. The last time he failed to score double figures in a season was in the 2010-2011 season for Borussia Dortmund. Talking 15 years ago. He scored 8. Since then, it's always been double figures. It's never been less than 17. Which is as many as he scored in his first season with Bayern. A couple of changes now for Barcelona. With Christensen and Martin coming on for Olmo and Balde. With 4 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Celta on the move here. David Rodriguez finding Iago Aspas, who was not able to pick out a teammate. Christensen clears up towards the halfway line. Christensen seems to have gone over to that left-hand side now. Looks like it's going to be another change in a moment. I think it may be Marcus Rashford. It is Marcus Rashford coming off. Ferran Torres going to come on, and well, Rashford has made a valuable contribution. It didn't start too well for him. He had a fabulous opportunity to double Barcelona's lead. He had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, which he missed. I think he's after missing that one-on-one and also hitting the post, he then set up the goal that put Barcelona back in front and also delivered the corner that led to the 4th goal for Lewandowski, so setting up 2 for Barca's number 9. It's a good night's work for Marcus Rashford. He'll be very satisfied with this performance. Just confirmation he did pick up a yellow card as he was coming off, presumably for either something he said or just taking too long. And now the ball has run free to Lamine Yamal, who's hit the post. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. And there was a breakaway there for Barcelona. As a yellow card comes out again, this time for Robert Lewandowski. As he tried to win the ball back. There was a tussle in midfield between Marcos Alonso and Fermin Lopez. Alonso losing out and being dispossessed. He's had a really tough night, Marcos Alonso. And then Lamine Yamal was through on goal but could only hit the post. Second time Barcelona have hit the woodwork this evening. Now Gerard Martin is down for an off-the-ball incident. The referee's given the free kick. Oh, and it's Christensen, in fact, who's down. And Christensen sitting up with blood pouring from his nose. And only a yellow card shown to Roman. I don't think it was the swing of an elbow, it was more of a kind of coming together between the two, and they had hold of each other. It's almost as though Roman was trying to throw off the Barcelona defender, but in doing so has caught Christensen in the face and given the Barca substitute a bit of a bloody nose. And he's getting treatment on the sidelines now. Barcelona have a free kick. They were a little angry with the referee that the card shown wasn't a different colour, but looking at the replay, certainly looks like it was not a malicious challenge, just a bit of pushing and shoving from the two, a little bit of grappling that ended up in a slightly unfortunate injury rather than anything more. Christensen is back on. 6 minutes of stoppage time have been signalled, just as there were in the first half. It's going to be a late finish here. Ball fired up towards Lewandowski, still going strong out there at the moment. Such a valuable player for them. It is early in the season, probably too early, as I say, for them to be thinking about extending his contract, which, as I mentioned, is up at the end of the year, or end of the campaign. But he's just reminded everybody this evening that he's so valuable when it comes to goal scoring. 7 in 9 this season, despite being 37 years old. He has not lost that goal-scoring touch. Fitness providing, you would expect him to rack up a fair few goals between now and the end of the season. It's probably too far away from 100 La Liga goals to get there this year, but if he was to extend his contract, then we could be looking at a player who joined the club at just about age 34, or almost age 34, and scoring 100 plus league goals, which really would be quite extraordinary. Has to score quite a few to reach that landmark, but it's a very achievable one for a player of his quality. Itself here has kind of died down a little bit. That 2-goal lead means there's not quite as much urgency as there might have been from Celta, although they could be in again here, trying to beat that high press once again. Not quite able to this time. It's good covering from Kubasi to get it away from danger. Barca have won it back once more, and it's a long ball forward which has been brilliantly controlled by Ferran Torres, who was looking for Lewandowski in the penalty area, couldn't pick him out. Alonso carrying the ball forward for Celta de Vigo. It has not been a happy evening for him against his former club. Marcos Alonso, really difficult night. Gave away the penalty at the start of the game and just has not had his best evening overall. Losing out in duels and giving the ball away at crucial moments. Player who represented Barcelona just a couple of years ago. The referee is going to his pocket again here. There's a foul by Frenkie de Jong, and he's already been booked, and he's going to be sent off. Barcelona, in the closing minutes here, have picked up a needless red card for a second booking. It looks a really soft challenge. A little bit of a stamp maybe on the back of the heel. I wouldn't necessarily call it a stamp. He was late on Iago Aspas. Frenkie de Jong coming in behind him and challenged for the ball. Caught his Achilles, and the referee deemed that to be a yellow card offence, and because he was already on a yellow card, he's been sent off. and Barca down to 10 for the final couple of minutes of stoppage time. It probably isn't going to impact this game. It's a very frustrating second yellow for De Jong to pick up, as Alonso floats the ball into the penalty area, falls kindly on the edge of the box, and the effort from Roman is blocked. And now Lamine Yamal playing the ball forward. And, did pick out Ferran Torres, but it was a foul by Torres. Just leaned into the defender with a little too much force for the referee's liking. Roman has it again here. And now Carrera for Celta, getting the ball out wide to Brian. And one back by Lamine Yamal. Doing some good defensive work late on in this game. Garcia then tries to clear. Manages to win a throw-in for Barcelona and celebrates doing so with Fermin Lopez. Barcelona, you know, they've been in a bit of a battle tonight. We are now beyond the 6 minutes of stoppage time. Barcelona have decided to make some changes here. Bernal is going to come on for Lamine Yamal. Marc Bernal, the 18-year-old, one of the latest off the production line with La Masia. Comes on for what is likely to be just a few seconds. An 18-year-old replacing a player with a lot more experience, but who is actually, of course, the same age. They're both just 18. As the ball runs out of play for a goal kick to Barcelona. We've had 7 minutes of stoppage time, and the referee decides that is enough. So after a dramatic first half, it was fairly comfortable in the second. A little bit of frustration at the end for Hansi Flick with that red card for De Jong, but Szczesny was largely untroubled in the second half, as the Barca goalkeeper was more or less a spectator. Robert Lewandowski, the hero. He scored the opening goal from the penalty spot and the second to give Barca a 2-1 lead after Carrera had equalised. Then there was another equaliser, Iglesias, before Lamine Yamal got his name on the score sheet just before half-time. And then Lewandowski completed his hat-trick with a header from Marcus Rashford's corner to give Barcelona the victory. And with Real Madrid dropping points earlier today, they have closed the gap at the top of the table. Final score, Celta Vigo 2, Real Madrid, Barcelona 4.